Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you here from Texas Gun Experience. Alright, got something special. Everybody wanted to see it. These are my first shots with the new Staccato CS. So I'm pretty excited to try this out. It is clear and empty. You'll notice something right there. But this is the little guy. It does have the Delta Point Pro on it. It's got the fluted. See the flutes? And you know, I have XXL hands. I can get all my hand on it, which is a little different. It does have a different mag well, but does have the good aggressive stippling. It's got this new mag. It's kind of like Shield Plus 320-ish type mag. Does have the base plate there. So these are prototype mags. But y'all have all seen the release of this gun, but these are the first shots I get to shoot with the gun. Pretty excited about it. You know, it has the grip safety, which y'all are normally used to, a little bull barrel. It is a 3.5 barrel, so still should get some good velocity out of it. And y'all have seen this is clear. Here's my C2. Is clear, and of course it does have the Threat Cadre comp on it. This is Threat Cadre's gun that he has a ton of rounds through, and if y'all watch the chat, this video will be released after the chat where I actually got to shoot it. So here's my C2. I could say I could get a little more grip on the C2, just a little bit more for my particular hand. I think 90% of people are really going to like the CS. Then when I wrap here, you know, I've got that much. You know, that's a correct wrap for me, so I've got about a finger width on the C2. On the CS, about a finger, maybe just a tad of difference because this grip is a little skinnier. But, you know, it feels good in the hand. Definitely smaller. I don't know as far as the width. And of course I don't have a micrometer here. Actually it looks about the same. I'm going to try to line it up beaver tail to beaver tail. Trying to do this for you. You'll have to minus the comp off, of course. See, it's definitely shorter than the C2. But yeah, it's a little guy. We're gonna put some rounds through it. Hold tight, we'll get right to that. All right, Gun Nation, here we are. So we're gonna shoot the C2 to try this out. And I'm just gonna shoot this, you know, kind of shoot it, you know, maybe 10 or so rounds. And then I'm gonna shoot my C2. Of course, my C2 has a light on it, has a comp on it. You know, it's all tricked out with a Threat Cadre comp. Y'all have all seen it. I got a ton of rounds through this. So this one is recoil is definitely going to probably feel better or different than the CS because I don't know. But I'm just going to kind of compare it. But I'm not going to take the comp off and take the light off and do all that other stuff to compare it. And of course, this optic is bigger than the Delta Point Pro. But I just want to shoot it and see how it's going to feel. Let's just send it out to like, I don't know, 7 yards. Little guy does feel pretty good though. There we go, first rounds. Just so you know, this gun has a ton of rounds through it. I have not racked it, but there's kind of what your bottom looks like if you want to see it. So let's rack it and we'll just put some rounds through it and I'll let you know what I think. Okay, pop the safety on. Make sure y'all can see this. It's actually not bad at all. I would say, of course, I shoot mine with the comp, Threat Cadre comp, which actually helps keep the muzzle down too. This one's definitely controllable. Definitely controllable. You know, you could see the flames coming out of it, so it was definitely some burst there. Mag just drops free. No issues there. Yep. I'll pull it in to show you. I wasn't going for like pinpoint accuracy. I was trying to get the feel of the gun. Only 7 yards. There's everything right there. You know, definitely cover it with the fist, no problem. But a little low for me, but of course this isn't my dot. But feels good, so I'm gonna send it back out just to 7 yards. And again, I'm gonna do IC2, but it's got the comp, it's got the light, it's got extra weight on the front, so don't freak out. I'm just not taking this apart just to shoot a gun. So here we go. This one definitely feels a little bit lighter, or quite a bit lighter, I guess, with recoil, and of course I've got the weight of the flashlight on there. But if I'm comparing, I guess, without weight, recoil, perception, it honestly feels about the same. One's not worse than the other. The little CS feels very controllable. If you want a smaller 1911, as far as I thought it was going to be like small for my hand, I wasn't going to be able to get a palm in there, you know, to fill that gap with the support hand, but I can. So it's definitely, even with my big old gorilla hands. And then there's the group. So, you know, mine is not set at 7 yards. This one's not set at 7 yards. That's why they're lower. Of course, we know that. But, you know, I mean, it feels good. So if, say, you have even smaller hands and you want a 2011, I would definitely opt for this. I've had a lot of subscribers say, I've got really small hands, the C2 feels a little girthy for me. This is going to be your route. I mean, it's definitely not as thick or as girthy, so to say, but is it controllable? Again, you know, I can get my hand in there well. You know, this is another thing I wanted to check. My big thumb does not extend past the barrel like it does on some of the 365s. So definitely right there. And I don't have any problem with the grip safety. That's another thing. I thought I have a lot of problems with some of these grip safeties with my hand. This one, it hits at the right spot, so I don't have to pin it or anything. I don't think I would have to. It seems to compress down pretty well. It does feel different right here, right in the meat. Because of the angle and the shortness, it feels different than the C2 just for feel. And I'm trying to explain this. I know it's going to be weird. I'm just trying to give you first shots because this is the very first time I've shot this gun. Safeties feel good, easy to flip, no problem. I can definitely ride it as a ledge. From what I've been told, if you want to put a light on it, the only light that will fit this is the TLR 7A sub. The TLR-A regular will not fit this one. It's only the sub. So, if that helps anybody. The serrations feel really good. You know, the front ones, no problem. The rear ones, no problem. I do like the little fluted barrel. I think that's pretty cool. The recoil feels good. It's not real snappy. As y'all saw, it was definitely popping some flames out of it. But slide feels nice, you know. Let me just throw some more in here. I'm going to shoot it a little bit more off camera also, but I just wanted to kind of give you all the first shots. So if you're looking for something like this, this might be something that you would want to shoot or purchase. I don't know when they're going to be available at the FFLs. I mean, you know, maybe by December, who knows? I don't know. But let's send it out 7 yards again. As y'all know, I do have a love-hate relationship with the Delta Point Pro. That's what he likes. But, you know, the safety feels really good. Very positive, up and down.
Seals are like.
I will say, drops free.
So it's so hard.
I will say, due to the grip, there is a little bit different point of aim, so to say, just a little bit different than my C2. It could be because of that area that I was talking about, the grip angle. Not that I'm having to dip it or raise it up or anything, it's just when I come straight out, it does seem like it might be, maybe the dot's dropped a little lower for me. I'll raise it up, but again, I'm not used to the gun. I haven't shot this particular one, but which y'all have seen on video. And again, at 7 yards, I'm dropping it low because I'm only going 7 yards. I just don't want to take a lot of time pulling it in and out, but I'll shoot it. So I was dropping this one a little bit lower. Could be the way that he has his dot set and I have my dot set. But do I think it's a shooter? Do I think a lot of people will buy it? Yes, I do. Like I said, so far, I mean, it feels like a mini C2. That's exactly what it feels like. I do have more real estate on the C2 for my hands, but I think 90% of average hand people are going to have no problem with this. Maybe somebody with XXXL hands, you know, have a problem with it, but it feels pretty nice to me. So, hope y'all enjoyed this. I appreciate Greg Cadre for letting me shoot his gun. Really means a lot. But if you're considering it, when they're available, jump out and grab one. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on. Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you here with Greg from Threat Cadre. He is been letting me shoot this little guy. This is the Staccato CS. Does have the Delta Point Pro on it, fluted barrel. You'll notice one more thing I'm not going to talk about. Does have the nice stippling on it. You know, all know I have XXL hands, and I can get my hand on there pretty dang good. Does have this type of mag, skinnier. It's kind of like a Shield Arms P320 mag, kind of say. They're saying it's going to be 16+1, so we'll see. But definitely a smaller mag well than the C2. Goes in there, kind of looks like this. You know, not barreling anybody, but kind of looks like that when it's in it. Does eject freely, no problems. Also with this one, y'all know that I have to pin most of my grip safeties with this one. Not having that issue at all. Been shooting it, shooting great, but really appreciate Greg letting me try this out. It's got, how many rounds to this thing?
I've got 12,550 rounds to it.
12,550 rounds through the CS. That's how much he's been shooting it. I've also seen pictures from when he had, what was it, 4,883 rounds with no lube. So they did a torture test, no lube, 4,000 plus rounds through it with no lube on the barrel. It looked like crap, but it was running. If you're looking for a small 2011, I can tell you this so far, I've been shooting it. I like it. I can actually get this hand and still have room for the sport hand on there. You know, if a C2's too big, this is good. So I think they're going to sell like hotcakes.
Those are actually lighter unloaded than the Staccato C single stack.
Lighter? Y'all heard that. These are lighter than the C single stack. I think it's 23 ounces, isn't it?
23
without
ounces.
The dot. Also, if you're wanting to run a light, it's going to be the TLR 7 sub, not the A. It's going to be the sub that's set up for this one. But I mean, it feels really good in the hands. Got the fluted barrel. I mean, I think they're going to sell the shit out of this gun. But so far, so good. I don't know how many rounds I've put through it, but definitely accurate. I saw him run plus P through it. It's a little fire breather. However, that thing's flat as shit even without a comp. So how they've sprung this and the reciprocation of the slide, I think it's in his hands, he's definitely a way better shooter than me. But I think it's going to be a little tack driver. So if you're interested, not sure when they're coming out, but you know, today is November 1st of 2022. So hopefully December, January, I don't know, but also putting it, I've had, might as well try it. Well, I don't have a light, but you know, it seems like it'll fit in the regular holsters. He says it will. But there you go. Appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for more.